What's up? Chris from Schoen Roofing. Today we are going to install some counter flashings on a DecTec roof that we installed a few weeks ago on this new build. Get it wrapped up, let's get to her.
The first thing I need to do is cut a groove in the mortar joint called a riglet. Our counter flashing will return into the riglet to provide protection against the elements. I am using a standard angle grinder with a diamond dry cut blade to remove 1/2 inch of grout. I set the guard of the grinder to allow me to keep a consistent cut depth. Cutting too shallow will interfere with the metal, while cutting too deep will compromise the stonework. As you can see, this creates a lot of dust, so I recommend wearing a dust mask and hearing protection.
Alright, now that the messy part's out of the way, we're going to measure up our piece of counter flashing.
I use a 10-foot brake when bending custom metal. Because of this, I need to bend 2 pieces to finish this wall. I also have 2 more balconies to finish today, so I decided on 8-foot lengths for minimal waste. Alright, we bent our piece of counter flashing. We were able to get 2 inches with a safety hem on the bottom, a 1/2 inch return going into the riglet, and a tab on the end to 90 degrees. And that'll help out with this wall detail, stop any water or moisture from getting in there. Alright, so we can put it on. I'm going to use 2 Tapcons, just short little guys, just to pin it in place. And then we'll caulk the grout line, and that'll be it for this one. Alright, first piece of metal flashing on. Because it's a 12-foot span, I had to do it in 2 pieces. Started caulking with a nice linen so it'll blend into the brick. So we have the last little piece cut already. And what we did, because this end doesn't go past the brick, we're going to stop the metal a little bit short, do a safety hem, and then give it a little 20-degree bend back into the wall. If I can get a profile in. So it looks something like that. So there's not going to be any raw edges on it. It's going to hug back into the wall nicely. Everything's going into the riglet. When you're doing this kind of aluminum work, you never want to have a raw edge.
If you have a raw edge, someone's always going to notice it. And when you're working with it, you're going to cut yourself. I got some on my arm right now from not being careful. So yeah, anytime you can look a little more professional by folding that edge over, and just leave yourself an extra 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch of material. Actually, at least 1/2 inch of material, 1/4 inch is too small. Leave yourself extra so that you can always do a little safety hem and just make it look better when you're finished up. All right, we'll get this last piece on, we'll get it caulked up, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished.
When fastening metal, I like using small concrete screws or pin grips because there's less chance of damaging the brick or stone. You'll notice I only snug the screw to keep the metal in place. Over-tightening will most often cause the screw to strip, and now you're drilling a new hole. On to the final step, caulking. Taking your time and making sure you fill the void from the grinder is key. This takes a steady hand and some practice. I will try and pick a color that is complementary to the material or stone. I sealed the concrete screws with black sealant so they are not noticeable. Once this stage is done, it's time to inspect the work and clean up. Alright, we have the metal finished. It took about an hour from start to finish. Everything's caulked up. Turned out really good. This will ensure that no water gets behind our material that has caulking on it as well, so just an extra layer of protection, and finishes it off as a trim piece really.
Alright, I'm going to start breaking down. I got 2 more to do before I can go home. Happy Labor Day everybody. Don't work like I'm doing all weekend. Enjoy, and we'll see you later.